We have the Wild Unknown Archetypes, the Citadel, the Past Life cards, the John Bauer deck, and what is this? I want to call it the Golden Wheel, but that's not right. It's the Old Path Tarot to start with. Let's see where we go for the Past Life. Wow. Okay, right off the top, we're getting the Warrior and the Orphan story. This is big, big, big. This is like the street urchin that learns to fight because they have to learn to fight really early, really quickly. The Warrior and the Orphan. And a little bit of storyteller magic going on. What's up with that? There's a little bit of two parts here. The warrior isn't so much about battling. It's every day is a battle for this one. The orphan, every day is a battle. The fight is there, but it doesn't feel like anything to do with swords. It feels like the battle is just because the circumstance of the orphan, the storyteller and the waker. It's like you go tug on people's coattails and say, come see the show, come see the show. You're going to get people to go into a theater, to go see the show, to go see the story that's being told, go see the actors on the stage of a thing. Yeah, you go in and you get people to come into the big tent, the theater, wherever the show is. You're part of a stage crew, a performance crew. Now, this is Orphan I'm getting around the age of 11. I'm not sure what's up with that, but that's what's coming through. Let's see what's going on here. You see a woman that's a really beautiful woman, and she is something that is like, this is the actress, this is the performer, this is the stage performer. You're looking in from the wings. This is how you get introduced into this. You see her, this is somebody you reach out and comfort, and she kind of takes you under her wing a little bit as far as how things go with the theater. So there's a little bit of safety there. You don't have to be on the streets so much, but you do tend to hide a little bit. You'll go to that theater space. You'll go there for comfort, but you don't call it necessarily home, but it's a good place to rest. If it's particularly cold out, you're going to go there rather than the streets. You have a few different places that you go around, a few different places that you check out. You do know how to go undercover. You do know how to go in disguise and hide yourself. You know how to show up as like put dirt on your face and do the begging routine if you need to, but you don't like that as much. And the theater is something that's like, you look at it as a business opportunity. You'll pass out information about this. So this is telling me this is past the point where there could be printing press or printed out flyers or announcements about something. Really interesting. Yeah, it's a begging thing that you do, that you've had to do to get by. You don't like doing it. Please, mister, please, you're not going to play that. You don't like playing the orphan card. You don't like people to know you're an orphan. Your ego is a little bit in the way of that. Even if you are an orphan, you just don't like playing it. So, okay, no harm, no foul. And you get caught between different places. There's a certain place between two very, very big, tall buildings. They seem tall to you. They're probably not like skyscrapers at all, but they're big, tall to you. And there's a certain warmth there, and there's a certain person that is more like, not like this one at all, like an older woman kind of bag lady person. You go there and you hang out with this person for a bit sometimes. I think this person helped you before you knew her. And I think this person you still look out for. There's no hope that she's going to come off the streets. She never would. She's gone a little bit, I get the word doolally, which is a little bit wackety crazy. Doolally, I'm not sure why, but that's the word that I'm getting for her. I don't know if that's her word or your word. I don't know. But that's what I'm getting. She's a little bit, a few sandwiches short of a picnic there. But she's safe. She's not like a threat to you, but you need to look out for her. This one looks out for you. You look out for her. So sometimes you're not in the theater environment around the streets at all. What else is going on with this? So this is what you do. And this is like through 11. Anything else we need to know about this particular time period before we move a little forward? You want to venture out on your own. And although this one is older actress, really beautiful, cares for you, you don't want this mothering energy. You don't need this. You've given up on that because you got orphaned too young. You do want to pursue other things like romance. You do want to pursue other aspects in life, but you're not sure exactly where. There's others who are like you, that you would like to bring into the theater, but this one is selective. There's one in particular, a girl that you like, that in particular you would like to have her have more shelter. She's a little bit threatening to this one because she is quite pretty and younger. This one doesn't need replaced on stage. She would rather hold on to her youth and her beauty a little bit longer. So the girl is just kind of like seeing her own reflection, not sure what to do. The girl feels fine in your company, but you guys are going to go venturing on your own away from the theater. Who is this that comes in now? Fresh start, blank slate, tabula rasa, moving forward, moving forward, moving forward. Moving through the forest, through the woods. There's a friendliness with animals that she naturally has. This one was disowned. Her family disowned her. I don't know if she was inconvenient for someone or what. This one was disowned. I do not know what. She had like horrible, horrible, horrible parents. They just totally bailed on her. Okay. This one, very good with the animals. Very much in the woods. Very much like, gives off vibes of Snow White's. Gives off the name Marissa, although I don't know if that's accurate. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why that comes through in that name. That's really weird. I'm getting the names Marissa and Mary Ellen. I don't know what that is about. Those names aren't current with the time. I don't know what those mean. They'd be worth looking up to understand the meaning a little bit more. Anything else? She came through with a gift of knowing things a little bit too clearly. Her spirit guide, she knew too clearly, and it made people around her highly uncomfortable. She could see a liar for a liar. She could spot a lie from a mile away. And they just, no, she sees too much truth. She sees more than what is going on in the human world, early and easy. And that might be part of the reason her parents freaked out, but what idiot parents she had. Okay, going forward, the two of you. It's like two little kids in the woods. Although this energy is like, there would never be wolves that would attack you, even if they were starving, as long as she was nearby. Now, you don't have that much charisma or animal talk with the animals, but she has the Doolittle factor, the Dr. Doolittle animal type thing. So if you had her in the woods, you were safe. If she had you in the streets, she was safe. Very weird. You've been discovered. You've been this place in the woods for quite a while. You've been discovered. There's this group that wants to be socially responsible. Take care of you. You're too young to be out on your own. You children, what are you doing out here? You're too young to be managing like this. They want you somewhere else, protected according to societal conventions. You're like, yeah, no thanks. We'll take a pass. They're looking to find a lawman to help force this on you. And you're like, no, no, no. You have to fight against it, fight against it. You have to fight to go back somewhere. Where do you go back to? You're like, no, no, no. I've got a message. I've got some people. I've got some people. You're going back to the theater. And they're like, no way, no how. And you're fighting for this to happen. This is something that takes a course of months to argue about this. And in the meantime, they try and house you, and you keep going to the woods, and you keep going off like a little bit of runaways, but they know you're lurking because you're going to eat and you're going to grub food or take food or survive, you know. You want to go back to the theater. This one's aged and she's gotten older. She's gotten a little wiser. She knows she's aging, and she knows the young girl isn't as huge of a threat as she was before because she simply can't deny her age anymore. So she's kind of the one that took care of you, the mothery type, took care of you, sees that there's something else going on here. sees you need a start, and if you don't get the start, and if you don't get what's going to take care of you and the girl, that you would leave again, that you would fight your battle out in the world. And this one, she still feels the need to look out for you. There's victory on this in the playhouse. Again, victory in the playhouse. What's coming up? As long as she's behind the scenes, it's just fine. As long as she's behind the scenes and not front of stage, she's fine. Now, this girl with the animals, she's got a sense of things. She's got a sense of seeing things, a sense of seeing where things fit, how things fit together. There's something about seamstress and clothing with her as well. Like she would help with costuming. She would help with sets. As long as she was doing that, then the woman of the theater was just fine with her being there. She didn't want her star fading too soon, so to speak. What is this lesson that repeats? What is this? It feels like you're going to go to the streets again. It feels like you have to go to the streets again. You can't stay forever in this. You want more money. You want more association. You start building things, learning how to build things. You're building sets, and the girl is sewing. Between the two of you, you really do a lot of the backstage and the back of the house thing for theater quite well. It makes you stronger and gives you a skill set as a builder, which is important. Helps you have some money. Lets you complete your theater days. Does it allow you roots? Yes, it does. It allows you roots, but it's a burden because you're having to operate in the world of the normals. The world of the norms, not the theater troupe. You can't travel as much. You're going to need to settle down. Is that a bad thing? Oh, a little bit of a bad thing for you. Not so bad for her, not so bad for the girl that you love, not so bad for her at all. But you have itchier feet. You wish to travel. She remains, she stays, she does the thing, she does the thing. Now some of this is coming over and over. She stays close. When you go traveling with the theater troupe, this one's aging, and the girl that was the seamstress comes close to her. She finally has figured out this girl isn't a threat, isn't a menace. You guys are now seen as a unit, as a couple by the troupe. A couple by the troupe. Even the oldest in the troupe can see this about you. I think you do eventually marry this girl. I don't think you have kids together, but I think you have many years together that are really happy, happy years. I don't think she's able to have kids in this lifetime. I think she's got other things to attend to. Other little things, all the little creatures and all the people of the theater. So many things to take care of that aren't actually her own children, that she has the big heart to take care of. You still want to travel more. And the burden of doing the regular 9 to 5 in that particular era of time by building and making things bores you. Yeah, you want to go out and do some kind of battling or do some kind of interacting. You have itchy feet, always itchy feet. Anything else? You miss her when she's not with you, but you still need to be traveling, and that's something that she learns to deal with. I don't think you're unfaithful to her. I think you're quite smitten with her. I think it goes both ways. There's a deep understanding of each other. There's a good friendship there and a good romance there also. But the travel comes in, until a really long winter. The winter comes and it's like winter's bone. It's a hard winter and you're traveling and you're gone. She's worried sick. You do return, but that's the last of your traveling. That's the last. You've gotten too old for this. Now you've returned. You help a lot with the theater still yet to come. And with those coming up, I don't know what that's all about, but that's what you love to do. It's in both of your hearts. You see a lot of things around things in your travels and you incorporate it. You're a better builder for it. You always are working a little bit of a magic. You're always promoting in a good way. Lots of promotional energy. You do this around the town more than traveling anymore. You're more centrally located. It serves you more. You're both getting older and on in years. Yeah. That's not a bad thing. You're finally grounded, finally grounded. There's beauty. She becomes like a really quite a beautiful, beautiful woman, but she doesn't really seek the spotlight. She doesn't really need that. And I think the worries that the mother over here, the mother substitute over here had were a little bit unfounded. Once she realizes this girl is quite beautiful and could upstage her, but the girl had no desire to upstage her, she calmed the fuck down. That's what I'm getting. That's complete. That's where it ends. I think you guys just kind of have a really kind of stable life, even though it's unconventional. It's a stability that you find in each other. Very beautiful. That's what I've got. That's complete. Wow. Yeah. It wasn't Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. There was no crazy. Well, a little bit, but not. It wasn't overly difficult. Once you found your lane to be in, it was really a beautiful and fulfilling kind of a life. The traveling you needed to do, and it wasn't a problem. The fulfillment you found in each other was a deep understanding.
But interesting that it became a truck driver.
Well, don't know what to tell you. There's crossover in these fuckers all the time. And there's so many people that I do reads for or past lives for. I couldn't keep track if I tried. It's like, all right. I mean, I do know one truck driver that I really care about quite deeply. He's on the other side of that phone. That'd be my husband, Phil. So, yes. Yes. So, yes. Anyway, that's what I got. It's beautiful. And, yeah, honey, will you put Orphans at the theater?